This is a moment that, as a parent, you should be happy having your kid receiving a diploma, but our story is totally different.
That story, one of grief and resilience. The Olivers' only son was gunned down along with 16 students and faculty in his school nearly 4 months ago. Joaquin was a confident 17-year-old who loved basketball. He was loved by many. Friends describe him as the light in the room.
He was so comfortable in his own skin. He was just glowing all the time, and everyone wanted to be just like him, you know?
Here we are.
His family says Joaquin had been looking forward to this moment, graduation day at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, for a long time.
One thing that Joaquin wanted was, after receiving his diploma, look at his mother's eyes and show her that he did it.
Amidst a sea of graduates, Patricia Oliver.
Accepting for Joaquin Oliver is Mom Patricia.
Doing what she never thought she'd have to do, chosen by the family to take her son's place on stage to accept his diploma.
Mothers are very powerful. I don't know if they're stronger or the connection with their son because the whole carrying it for a while inside their bodies, and it has an extra meaning.
A moment lost on no one.
Hopefully that image will make an impact. You have no idea what it feels to get back home and not having your son here. It's an empty space, and it's sad, and you cry a lot, and you don't sleep well, and you try to fight for an answer that is not there yet. Joaquin is, and I like to use the present, okay? I don't like to say Joaquin was. Joaquin is a very friendly, funny guy, great humor, badass. He was a very deep dude when it comes to conversation and thoughts. And I'm so proud, even after this, that I can still remember my son the way that I remember him.
Stoneman Douglas senior Ariana Ortega is grieving the loss of her childhood friend, Carmen Shentrup.
So Carmen Shentrup was one of my very first friends when I moved here. She had this quirkiness that was just the key aspect of her personality. Carmen, I was positive she was going to enact change in the world. She wanted to find a cure for ALS, and unfortunately, she doesn't have that opportunity anymore.
Propelled by the loss, Ariana headed to the state capitol with 100 Parkland students, hoping to pressure lawmakers into action.
Yes, ma'am.
We reprimand driving under the influence. Medication for those with mental illness have side effects. They're drugs. If we don't let individuals drive under the influence, why should we let them have a gun in their possession?
And I think that's a very good analogy, and that's something that is informing our judgment as we move forward.
That same day at the White House, a father who lost his youngest child, Andrew Pollock.
I'm not a public speaker, but you get a rage that just comes over you.
My daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. Shot 9 times on the 3rd floor. All the school shootings. It doesn't make sense. Fix it. Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed, because my daughter I'm not going to see again.
My daughter was Meadow Jade Pollock, and she meant the world to me, and she's not here anymore. And she was my baby, she was my princess, she was everything, so I'm not gonna let this happen to another family. Like right now, I have the heart of a lion right here. No one could stop me, nobody.
Those resounding calls for change from parents and students led Florida Governor Rick Scott to sign into law historic new gun regulations.
The governor has just signed a major new bill to beef up school safety.
The act raises the minimum age to buy a rifle and bans bump stocks, which allow guns to mimic automatic fire.
To the students at Marjory, Stoneman, Douglas High School, you made your voices heard.
There beside him, Andrew Pollack, who had spent weeks advocating for school safety.
I got 49 more governors to meet up with and say, listen, it's time to be proactive. Let's start hardening the schools and be prepared.
So here we are. When I'm feeling down, I just come here and I have his energy surrounding me. And I'm trying to feel better, to fulfill me. And these are presents that we've been receiving from people all over the nation. And this poster you see here, that was signed in the day of the funeral. And it says, Joaquin, we love you most. We realized the day of the funeral how loved he was. We never knew the impact he has in others.
The Olivers are now trying to pave a way forward, traveling the country, creating public art installments called The Walls of Demand.
I put on my headphones, I listen to the music that we used to listen together, and then I start doing my thing. Joaquin is right there with us. Joaquin is right there with me, painting. I became a tool that Joaquin can use to still have a voice. It's not me being an artist, it's Joaquin being an activist. That's exactly what the walls are. Some people think, oh my God, he goes out there and makes these walls, and where do you get that strength from? No, I'm not. I am not strong. I'm weak and sad and angry.
They called their nonprofit advocacy organization Change the Ref, a nod to their son's favorite pastime, and their goal to change what they say is corrupt decision-making.
One of my goals is to be able to erase the relationship between the NRA and the politicians that represent us, because that will bring qualified people unattached to any personal interest to go ahead and have the debate that will reach the gun control.
That is going to be a long, hard fight, but we are committed to have it.
The Olivers took that fight to Washington, D.C., joining their son's girlfriend, Victoria, and Joaquin's best friend, Dylan, at the March for Our Lives.
That's the most supportive moment that I've ever had in my entire life.
Change the Ref!
96 people die every day from guns in our country, yet most representatives have no public stance on guns. And to that, we say no more.
We were so proud to be part of it.
After months of activism and coping with their losses, moments of normalcy and ritual are a welcome reprieve. It's prom night.
This is a night that I've been looking forward to since the beginning of high school, really. The whole fairy tale kind of scene and dressing up all pretty during your makeup and hair. This is my dress. It's very sequiny and sparkly.
Dylan is our son from another home. We love him so much. Dylan has been part of this house since he's like probably 5 years old or so. He's Joaquin's brother.
Joaquin was planning on taking Tori, so in honor of him, I'm gonna take her.
These little white ones are from the first bouquet of flowers that Joaquin ever bought me. He showed up at my door, and he was just sitting there on my step with them in his hands.
Cutie!
This necklace also a reminder of Joaquin.
That necklace was from his baptism.
I meant giving that to Tori that day that she can have Joaquin very close to her. I want her to feel special.
1, 2, 3.
The weight of the tragedy lifted, if for a fleeting moment.
Once we were inside, you just felt the excitement and the positive energy from everyone. The music was playing, they had lights flashing. We had that opportunity to kind of get back to that routine that we had wanted to live as high school students, as we danced and smiled and just enjoyed our senior prom night with our friends.
But 2 weeks later, stability once again quickly interrupted.
I've always kind of felt like eventually it was going to happen here too.
As another school shooting takes 10 more lives.
When does it stop?
When we come back.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.